let's jump right into it. A fan favorite. I kind of grouped these and I cheated a little bit because we got 3 on this one.
I think it would be cheating if you made all of them one. I think it's fair that you group them together.
Oh, cheating if I made them all their separate one?
Yeah, I think that would be cheating.
Okay, well, let's let them know.
I think they're all related.
One way do you know the liberals hate?
Top 10. This is number 10.
This is number 10, yeah. The number 10 way that you know the liberals hate black people is through slavery, the KKK, and Jim Crow. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. You need to go back and listen to the episode that we did on this. Wait, did we do history of the Republican Party?
I don't think we ever did history.
Oh, wow. I don't think we ever did that. Did we not?
Or history of the Democratic Party?
Maybe we did. No, we did do it because I was talking about mudsills, remember?
Oh, yeah, we did.
The Democrat
We were supposed to have a guest.
It's true.
But she didn't.
That's
what didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. We were supposed to have a professor.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I don't know if you know this. I hope you do know this by now, but the Republican Party literally began to exist because slavery was disgusting to them. I don't know why this isn't taught.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not talked about more. But that's what it is. It arose out of a fear of a growing oligarchy taking over the American system of democracy. Formed in the 1850s, the slave powers. So these slave owners were powerful, and they were growing more and more powerful through the attribution of more property. And more property meant more ownership. More ownership, you get more slave labor, and then more, all the different people owning slaves and different property. Now the entire United States is about to be run by slave owners. And so they're seemingly growing and taking control of the political sphere in American society. Now, this is what the Republican ideology was as it was being formed, that the government should be defending the principles of the Constitution rather than focusing on the protection of property.
Yeah.
I want people, as I'm talking about this number 10, just keep it in mind when we get to number 1. I'll just say that. The ideology of the Republican Party was defending the principles of the Constitution rather than focusing on the protection of property. In 1864, Abraham Lincoln became boldly explicit about ending slavery. He was hinting at it. They were looking at it, and it was coming from a political perspective. But at a certain point, he's like, hey, you know what? Doggone it. This has got to stop.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. Even to the point where he thought he would lose the election because of his explicit nature over slavery. But it got, so there was this activist form of government that was forming. Now, what's interesting is that the Northern Democrats and the Southern Democrats believed that Lincoln was creating a tyrannical empire through his desire to end slavery. Guys, just keep number 10 in mind.
That sounds about right.
They believed that he was creating a tyrannical empire. As a matter of fact, John Wilkes Booth, his murderer, yelled, "Sic semper tyrannis," which means thus always to tyrants, or thus always a tyrant. I want you to keep that in mind. They believed that it was tyrannical of Abraham Lincoln to want to end slavery. So that's slavery real quick. I'm going to move to the next 2 because we have slavery, KKK, and Jim Crow. KKK. Now, with this belief that those who want to end slavery are doing this tyrannical thing, and they're stealing away our property because only tyrants will steal property, then there's this growing fear of tyrannical government growing around us. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fast forward real quick. There's a socialist named Saul Alinsky who said this: the first step in community organization is community disorganization. Disruption of the present organization is the first step. Now, mind you, Saul Alinsky is touted as a high intellectual and large contributor to our society by Democrats like Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton of the sort. And this is, he continues on. The organizer's first job is to create the issues or the problems. The organizer must first rub raw the resentments of the people of the community. The organizer must stir dissatisfaction and discontent, fan the latent hostilities of many people to the point of overt expression. The organizer polarizes the issue and helps to lead his forces into conflict. He must search out controversy, for unless there is no controversy, people are not concerned enough to act. Now, when slaves are freed, there's some controversy that's created. There's an issue that's created. And that issue is televised to all the nation, first screened in the White House, called Birth of a Nation, that tells a story of these rabid, animalistic black beasts running around raping your daughters and your wives. And that's the issue going around in this country right now. And that issue needs some saving. And guess who's going to do the saving? The valiant arm of the Democrat Party called the Ku Klux Klan. And that's where the Ku Klux Klan came from.
Mm-hmm. Not Donald Trump.
That's where the KKK came from. Just check it. This isn't even. I'm confident that everyone knows this at this point. I'm hoping, Lord, I hope everyone knows this at this point.
I mean, yeah.
All right, moving on.
If they do, they won't say anything.
So we move on a little bit further, because now things are becoming a little bit more civilized, where there's some other people who are willing to speak out and be like, you know what, that's wrong. This stuff isn't right. The treatment of black people this way, this isn't right. And so now we need a little bit more covert ways or systematic ways of holding down black people, black Americans. And in walks Jim Crow. Now, no one fell on a piece of paper, scribbled, and Jim Crow laws came up. No. It's a result of the Democrat Party. Only the Democrat Party instituted Jim Crow laws. The traditional home of black voters, says an article from Libertarian Institute, the traditional home of the black voter was the Republican Party due to its historical role in ending slavery and introducing Reconstruction Acts and amendments to the Constitution. It also did not help that the Democrat Party, or Democratic Party, I don't like that, but that's what they've called themselves. The Democrat Party was the party of Jim Crow, a system of legally enforced segregation present throughout the American South in the aftermath of the Civil War. So, number 10 way do we know that liberals hate, and I'm sorry to conflate that with the Democrat Party, but in American politics today, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's far left, liberal, progressive socialism. That's where we are, and we know that they hate black Americans. All right, Darren, what you got?